I will fight. I will fight for my place. I'm very competitive. I want to be the best I can.
This is a competition. We're all in it to win it. You know, let the fight start.
The journey in front of our chefs is colossal.
It takes a brave chef to enter this competition. Let's see if they have what it takes.
Skills test time. Monica, what are you going to set for the chefs?
I would like our chefs today to make a sauce carbonara and use it to dress their freshly made tagliatelle.
Pasta's already made?
The dough has been made, they need to roll it out.
How long are you going to give them for this?
We're going to give them 15 minutes.
Come on, let's do it. I fancy a bowl of pasta.
I'm just cutting my pancetta into lardons. Always the lardons is quite important. They need to be cooked off and it releases some of that beautiful fat. Okay, so I've got my onions done as well. They're ready to go in when I need them.
How many egg yolks would you expect to make one portion of sauce?
No less than 2 yolks. I'm now going to roll out the pasta, getting it ready to cook.
I think there's a lot of areas here for error. You would assume most chefs would have used a fresh pasta machine. That's going to be tricky.
The thickness that they roll that pasta to is vital.
I think it's easy if you've done it many times. If you've never done it, it's daunting.
So my pasta has been rolled out. I'm going to cook my lardons and the onions. Everything is about timing and the temperatures of this frying pan now. In go the onions. In goes the pasta. It's only take a minute to cook. It won't take long at all. Pull this off the heat, pull the bacon off the heat.
Look at that. How quick was that?
It's essential that this pan is not too hot when you add the pasta to it. I've got my egg yolks, so just whisk it up with a fork.
If the pasta in the pan's too hot, when the egg goes in, it's going to scramble straight away.
And I also like to add just a touch of the cooking water to help to coat it and make more of a sauce. People, you know, tend to use cream and then butter, but in Italy, that's sort of frowned upon.
I love the food of Italy. I don't want to see cream anywhere near that carbonara.
I'm finishing with a drizzle of olive oil. A bit more black pepper.
Yeah!
And there we have it, tagliatelle with carbonara.
I love that. That is the simple beauty of the food of Italy.
It's so tempting, though, to put more into this dish, isn't it? It's so easy to add more cheese or some cream or butter or some parsley.
That egg yolk gives it an almost creamy texture, but it shouldn't have cream in it. I hope they don't put cream in it.
What makes this dish amazing is the simplicity of it.
Should we get them in?
Yeah, I want to see what they can do.
First in is 37-year-old Max.
I'm head chef at a gastro pub in the heart of the city. Been here for about 2 years. I used to work in fine dining, but with sort of lifestyle change, getting married and I've got a baby on the way, I decided to kind of step down and do some more sort of simple cooking. I don't do subtle, I only do really big, bold flavours. When you're cooking fine dining, it needs to be mind-blowing. Service! If I went out in the first round, I would get nailed by all my colleagues. I've been bigging myself up for a couple of months now, so we'll see how that one goes.
Hello.
Max, I would like you to make for us carbonara with fresh tagliatelle. Okay. How does that sound?
Yeah, absolutely fine with that. Yeah.
You have 15 minutes. Carbonara when you're ready.
made a fair bit of pasta in your time, Max?
Yeah, I love making pasta. I've got tagliatelle on my menu recently, actually.
Pasta done?
Pasta's done.
What training did you have?
Pretty much self-taught. I've only been essentially a professional chef for about 7 years. Before that, I was actually a general manager.
You've got 3 minutes left. Come on, come on. 2 seconds, put that on a plate, please. All done?
Yep.
You've given us a great pasta dish. Clearly, you're competent in working with pasta. I think you've done a great job. Well done. Max, the pasta is wonderful and thin. It's perfectly cooked through. The lardons have got a nice crispiness to it. I think it's a great dish. You ought to go away keeping your head up from here and take that confidence into the next round.
Thank you.
Your pasta is perfect. There's enough seasoning in there as well, and those eggs are absolutely bang on. They are coating everything in a really nice sticky yolk. It's great.
Great working techniques. You took on board everything that was around you. You did the dish in the right order. You've made a great-looking plate of food. Good start. Well done.
Thanks, Chef.
Thank you very much. Off you go.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so nice to get something you can actually enjoy eating.
Yeah. I was really happy with that. It was something I know how to do, so it could have been something completely random and I'd be sat here depressed at the moment, but no, it's good.
That was a great start. Let's hope the next two are like this.
Next up is 24-year-old Adam.
I'm a sous chef in a 3-rosette restaurant on the border of Hertfordshire. It was a massive buzz when we got the 3rd rosette. When I joined, it was only 2. I'm not classically trained. What we're doing is very modern. I've got a fire in my belly to do well. I don't want to be just going stale, going in the same kitchen and doing the same stuff day in, day out. That's not what I want to do.
Adam, I would like you to make us a carbonara and fresh tagliatelle.
Okay.
15 minutes, off you go.
Okay.
How old are you, Adam?
24.
And how long have you been cooking for?
I've been cooking for about 4 years.
What happened to you at 20 years old to get you to start cooking?
An accident, really. I was working front of house. They were short over one Christmas, so I decided to go in the kitchen and help them out, and I've never left.
You've had 5 minutes, Adam.
Thank you.
Do you make pasta, Adam?
Not normally, no.
You've got 2 minutes, chef. All done?
Yes, thank you.
Adam, a carbonara classically, you don't need to use any cream or butter to make that sauce. You normally rely on the egg yolk to coat it, okay? But it was boiling for such a long period on the stove, it's actually scrambled the egg on there as well. The pasta is tough, it's chewy, it's not right. And the fact that you just boil the lardons in that cream sauce for so long has actually made them tough as well.
There's no way I'd finish that. It's far too rich. You've got butter, cream in there, and cheese, and your pasta's too thick, and it's not cooked enough.
It's a bowl of stodge, Adam, and it's not a very pleasant bowl either. I did like one thing, though, and it's the way you stood there for a minute just to observe your new surroundings. That's a very good thing. I've not seen that yet from a chef. Normally they go running in at 1,000 miles an hour.
Thank you.
Adam, thank you. We'll see you again. Off you go, chef.
Thank you.
What's really interesting about this test, it's actually incredibly simple when you know how, but it's very difficult when you're not sure.
I'm gutted. I'm gutted. Disappointed with myself for not thinking it through properly. But there's no way back from that now.
The final chef to face Monica's test is 28-year-old Glaswegian, Rory.
So I'm a junior sous chef at a large hotel within Glasgow city centre. I've been here 9 years. It's a very busy hotel and keeps us on the go all the time. Our style of food here is very simple, contemporary Scottish food. My parents have always really encouraged me to chase my dreams. If I was able to go all the way, it'd be like winning the Champions League if I was a football player. It's a wild, wild dream.
You have 15 minutes. Off you go.
Rory, you made a carbonara before?
Yeah, I have.
And how are you with pasta?
Not too bad.
You're halfway, Rory.
Keep it together, Rory.
All right, chef, you've got 5 minutes to go. All done?
Yep.
Rory, I wanted you to make us a basic carbonara. What you have done is burn some bacon, threw in some red onion, bit of cream, boiled it. Pasta skills are not there. The pasta is not great, and it's not a great sauce. I hope we're going to see better from you in the next round.
It's too thick and rich because the carbonara doesn't have cream in it. Your pasta is cooked in some bits, it's thicker in others. That's because it's different shapes and sizes that went into that pan.
Come back with a fresh approach, a new approach, and just maybe try and forget that this ever happened.
Okay.
I think that's what you need to do.
Cheers. So it was tough having two very highly skilled chefs and Greg breathing down my neck, you know. I think today the pressure just really did get to me and it's going to bug me.
What is your skills test, Marcus?
So I want our chefs to make us a tremolata and serve it with crab, scallop and croutons. Tremolata, it's sort of like making a mayonnaise with smoked cod roe.
How long are you going to give them to achieve this?
20 minutes. So the first thing is to get the tremolata underway. What we've got here is a smoked cod roe. What we need to do is you need to scoop this out. You don't want the skin in there because it is just going to be bitty. You want this to be nice and smooth.
I love taramasalata and I've never once considered how you make it.
So crushed garlic, a squeeze of lemon, just a pinch of salt.
It's a wonderful aroma. It does actually remind me of being by the sea.
Now we're going to start adding vegetable oil and water. You want to sort of add them at the same time. It's sort of like making a mayonnaise.
The addition of the liquids is where they need to be careful. If that's added too fast, you know, it can split.
And you can see it's starting to come together and almost look like mayonnaise. The tremolata's done. We need to prepare our scallop. I'll take a knife and I gently sort of just edge my knife in there. And just run my knife through. So, just opens the scallop. It's going to remove the muscle, the skirt and the roe. You just don't need to tear anything, you just need to just pull it away.
If they butcher that scallop, that's sinful.
So now we're going to go to the crab claw, which has been blanched. Just want to crack it. I don't want to smash it to pieces. And what we're looking for is to see if a chef knows their way around shellfish.
Prepping a crab, prepping a scallop, making taramasalata. There's a lot going on here.
So there we go. So our crab claw. Now I'm going to cook the scallop in a nice hot pan, olive oil. Turn the scallops over.
Yummy, yum, 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 yum.
Scallops out. Now we're ready to dress the plate.
Really looking forward to this.
Crab's just going on. Finish with olive oil. There we have it, tremolata with scallops, crab and croutons.
Immense, that is. Can I tell you right now, I don't think any of them are going to know how to do it.
It's a tough one to get right, this one.
I think it's got all the makings of a Taramas disaster.
Let's get them in.
First in is 36-year-old South African-born Nina.
I'm a head chef. I work in a prestigious law firm in London and part of a contract catering company. I enjoy cooking modern British food because I enjoy cooking for the British. I love the British culture. Service, please! But I love to put my twist on things with my international experience. I'm very competitive. I hate coming second. I'm very inquisitive and I love to win.
Nina, welcome to Masterchef. This skills test was set by Marcus.
I'd like you to make for us tiramisu salata with sautéed scallops, cooked crab and some croutons.
Excellent.
Have you made a tiramisu salata before?
Yes, I have.
Yes, good. You've got 20 minutes.
Excellent.
Off you go. Just mind your fingers, okay? Just be careful.
There's a blunt knife there as well. Work with shellfish a lot?
Not as much as what I used to, or what I would like to.
So how are you going to make your tiramisu salata?
Take the scallop roe, so maybe I'll start with that first.
With the scallop roe.
Yeah, is that correct?
Do you recognise that other ingredient on your table?
I'm embarrassed to say no, I don't.
Okay.
This is fish roe already?
Yep.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Just 5 minutes left, please.
Excellent, thank you.
You've got 2 minutes, Nina. That's it, your time's up.
Nina, I've got to be really honest with you. There's errors in your work all over the place today. The opening to the scallop was actually quite scary to watch. You need to go from the hinge side. The tiramisu salata, I was a little bit surprised that you were going to make it with this scallop roe. And watching you cook a scallop, whew, wow, it's been a long time. And that showed.
The scallops are completely torn and cooking. What was the idea of frying the crab? I've got no idea why. There's a bit. The fish has been cooked in loads of lemon juice. Cooked lemon juice goes really bitter. It's not great. But you kind of know that, right?
I know that.
The crab you've cooked with the scallop, lots of lemon juice going in there as well. The tiramisu salata, which you're meant to really whip up, like making a mayonnaise, in fact. Literally, it was only on for about a minute.
I wouldn't eat that if that was served to me. I'd be very, very disappointed. Too much garlic, too much lemon. There isn't really any good points I can find with this dish at all.
Nina, you look angry with yourself.
Yeah, I am. I know what I can do. I will prove it to you guys later.
I'm really pleased to hear it. Nina, we'll see you in the next round.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so angry with myself. I can kick myself. I'm like, oh. Anyway.
Next is 29-year-old Matt. Originally from Mersey Island in Essex.
I work for a 4-star hotel in Jersey. I work as a senior chef de partie, and I work on the pastry section as well. I was born and raised on Mersey Island. Most of my professional career has also been on islands. I'm very stuck to the kind of food that we eat there. Seafood all the way. I applied for Masterchef to, one, represent where I'm from. I'm also quite competitive. That's why I'm here.
Right, Matt, I would like you to make us a tremolata, serve it with some cooked scallops and crab. Have you made a tremolata before?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
No idea what it's made from?
I'm guessing it's made from the avocado and the lemon.
No, you're thinking of something else.
OK, this then.
That is correct. What is it?
Foie gras?
Foie gras? Nope.
Kidney?
Nope.
No?
Tremolata is made from cod's roe. Make it as if it's a mayonnaise.
OK.
Right, you with me?
I'm with you.
Good man. 20 minutes, off you go.
Right.
Was this your fear, being asked to do something you didn't know how to do?
Yes, I was kind of hoping it was going to be pastry. But
You ever opened a scallop before?
no, no.
Never.
No, they come in prepared.
You've had 7 minutes. You've got just 7 minutes left. Come on in, let's get this made. Mate, you have got to move it.
Yep.
You've got just a few minutes left. Cook something. Go on, I dare you. Right, you got 30 seconds. We need something on a plate, please.
Yep, no problem.
Really? Good start. Good start. Come on, chef. Come on. Time's up, so put the scallop on a plate. OK, should we call it a day?
Could I just cut a few
No.
herbs? OK.
No.
Just to put the
No,
herb on.
no, no, you're done. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you.
I suppose at the end of the day, there are 3 elements on the plate. You have some cod roe, you have some crab meat, and we have a scallop. So by the theory of the challenge, we've actually got 3 out of 4 of the things.
Yeah.
How you did that, I've no idea.
Thank you.
You didn't know how to do it. That's abundantly clear. However, for someone that didn't know how to do it, it's not a bad attempt.
You've never opened a scallop, so it was always going to be a challenge for you. And I hope in the next round you can prove that, you know, you're better than this.
Matthew, off you go.
Thank you.
Tara mass disaster.
That was horrible, yeah. I came up with something. Something's better than nothing, I guess.
The final chef to take on Marcus's test is 40-year-old Simon from Nottingham.
I'm a lead chef and development chef for a leading events company. So the food we do is high-end, modern British. Life as an event chef, it's either all or nothing. So I'm used to the high pressure catering for large sporting events around the world. I've always wanted to be a chef and I'll be a chef till retirement. I've been cooking for 24 years, so I think I've got the tools to do the job.
Simon, we're looking for tiramisu salata, cooked scallop, crab meat and croutons. I'm going to give you 20 minutes. Off you go.
You all right, Simon?
Yeah.
Going well?
I think so.
You've had 5 minutes. Got just 7 minutes left. You done?
Yeah, done.
Simon, not a bad attempt. I would like to have seen some garlic go into the tiramisu salata and some water to lighten it up. It's not as refined as it could be. The scallop as well, as you can see, you've still got quite a little bit of the dirt left all over there. You need to really polish up the act. Simon, the eating of it's not great. Cod's roe is like a pate. Bunging in a bit of avocado into some crab, that's easy enough to do.
Marcus set the skills test. He has very high standards. Me, I don't mind your tiramisu salata. Watching you and watching how you went about the test, not bad at all.
Tiramisu salata, good to see that you know the basics of it. It's the first test. Can't wait to see what the next round is going to bring.
Off you go. See you soon. I think he did really well, in comparison to the other two.
I think it's been a pretty average day.
I think it went okay, but I know I could do better. It was very nerve-wracking, and I don't like being watched.
The first in and the last in, I think, were very good. Simon and Max, the rest of them, I tell you what, there are holes in their knowledge and experience.
Some of these chefs have got a point to prove in the next round.
Can they bounce back?
You get to see.
This is a wonderful opportunity for you to showcase your talents. This is your food, and there is no reason why this shouldn't be absolutely superb.
You need to redeem any problems that you had in the skills test.
You have got to cook to your best today, because at the end of this round, 3 of you will be leaving us.
You've got 90 minutes to really make a point, to really make a statement. Off you go.
After the criticism from the judges, I need to come out now and give it all guns blazing and show them what I really can do. The pressure is massive to get this plate of food absolutely spot on. This is about the future and me being in this competition, and I'm not ready to go home yet. So I've got a pan-fried hake with a scallop and hake cannelloni, textures of cauliflower, and vermouth and pasta sauce.
Sorry, did you just say you're making pasta?
Yes.
What went wrong in your skills test then?
I think this morning it was just nerves.
Was it?
Got the better of me.
Have you done the dish before, Rory?
Yeah, I've had a few practices at it.
Has it been on your menu?
No.
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 Good luck, son.
Thank you.
Hake is a wonderful fish to use, yet the more that you cook, the more it's going to flake and fall apart. So this is something that Rory needs to get right.
Cannelloni is not easy. You've got to get the pasta beautifully made. Then he starts to make his cannelloni with his scallop mousse. Quite a skillful thing to do.
I'm going to completely forget about Tara Masalata. I'm going to imagine that scallops doesn't exist. And I'm going to blow Monica Marcus away with my salmon dish.
What is your dish? What are you cooking?
Pan-fried salmon. I'm going to do that with a strawberry basil risotto, asparagus spears. I'm going to finish it off with a green peppercorn sauce and a balsamic glaze.
Did you just say strawberry risotto?
I did, Chef, I did. It's a fine balance.
Why strawberries in a risotto? Why strawberries with fish?
It reminds me a little bit of South Africa, and it brings together the asparagus and the strawberries from England. There's a lot of fruit served in our dishes in South Africa. Strawberries, pineapple.
But you know that strawberries don't go with risotto.
It will with this.
But you
Chef.
know it doesn't.
Not usually, but it will work. The flavours will work.
It's very different. It's very daring. I wish you the best of luck, Nina.
Thank you.
Nina is creating a combination of ingredients that I've not seen put together before. Peppercorn sauce we know goes with steak. Strawberries go with desserts. It's really hard to know whether or not this dish will work.
Nina's confidence in her cooking and in the flavours and the balance of this dish has got me curious. I can't wait to try to see if it works.
You've had 20 minutes, guys.
Taking it easy is not an option. This dish could be amazing if I get it right and how I want it to be.
Simon, what is your signature dish?
I'm doing like a take on surf and turf it where I'm using Iberico pork presser with baby squid, cauliflower textures and black pudding with a red wine sauce.
Why this dish?
Things I love to eat. I love pork, I love black pudding and I love squid, fish, seafood and I like travel around the world, so things I picked up along the way.
It's unusual.
Yeah, it works. I think it works.
Why would you push yourself like this?
I want to do well in the competition and being safe doesn't get you anywhere.
Faint heart, never won Masterchef trophy.
No.
The red wine sauce that Simon is putting with his dish has got to complement and not overpower everything. And if it's too reduced, too intense, you will lose the cauliflower in there as well.
I suppose the question is, does this pork dish need the squid? I'm not so sure. I don't think so. I hope Simon can prove me wrong.
After experiencing what just happened, I'm a little bit shaken. I'm taking quite a lot of risks on this dish, just simply because I'm not confident. Hopefully it comes out all right.
Tell me about your dishes for today.
I'm going to be doing pork fillet with Gagos rock oysters, serving it with wilted cos, morels, chestnut mushroom puree, parmesan crisps and a masala sauce. This is a dish I've had in France. I'm hoping it's all going to come out well.
How much travelling and eating do you do?
A lot. I travel to France every month, try the regional wines and food. And
How much do you need this to work?
practice it too much for it not to work. So I'm hoping I'm going to nail it.
Let's hope so. Pork with mushrooms and then beautiful fresh oysters. It's a combination that works. But I want the chef to deliver in a perfect execution today.
Matthew needs to be very careful how he cooks the tenderloin of pork. Cannot afford for it to dry out.
1 hour gone. All right, you've got 30 minutes left.
There's a lot of pressure on this dish. because I think I did so well in the skills test. It's very hearty, full of flavours, and some little surprises on there as well. I think there's a lot of skill on show, and I don't think I'm playing it safe at all.
Max, what is your signature dish?
Pork ribeye with roasted salsify, curly kale, crispy sage, calvados poached apple dice, dehydrated apple slices, crackling, and a calvados stew.
You got off to a good start.
I did.
How'd you finish off a successful day?
Nailing this and getting great feedback from you guys, and a place in the quarter-final would be about perfect day.
Max, thank you. I love the sound of that cut of pork. I get the feeling it's in very confident hands.
Thank you very much.
Max is cooking us a pork ribeye. The best way for me to cook that is just a really good hot pan. Get a lovely quick caramelisation, don't overcook it. I'm very excited about trying it.
I just want to see something wow about it, and it could be in the presentation.
The judges haven't seen me at my best. They've seen me at my worst. Gonna have to work very hard to claw myself back.
Are you feeling a bit more confident this round?
Yes, a lot more confident than the last one.
What are you going to make for us?
A pan-seared piece of cod with a cod roe custard, pea puree, pickled morels, rock samphire, charred asparagus, and asparagus juice sauce to go with the cod.
You seem to be more in control now.
Yeah, I like to work clean, I like to work tidy. I think clean section, clean mind.
Where do these ideas come from?
This dish is my own creation. I just like to keep it simple. I like simple flavours.
I like the sounds of what you're doing. I hope you can deliver that.
I hope so too.
Adam's dish sounds interesting, but it does come with risks. The asparagus sauce, which is the juicing of raw asparagus. I'm not 100% convinced how that's going to look and taste.
This young chef has got a point to prove, and I think he's actually on his way to do that.
You guys have got just 4 minutes. You've got less than 2 minutes. Come on, mate, where's your plate? Just over there. Come on, come on, come on, you're going to run out of time. Last touches, 10 seconds. Time's up, stop. What do you do?
Sorry.
No, time's up. Mate, I called 2 minutes. I called a minute. I called 30 seconds. I called 10 seconds. And I kept telling you, and I kept telling you, I kept telling you. Simon, please, come and join us.
First up is Simon, who's cooked Iberico pork presa, which is a shoulder of pork, served with textures of cauliflower, black pudding crumble and baby squid, topped with nasturtium leaves, finished with a red wine sauce.
Simon, that's a nice looking plate of food.
Thank you.
The pork, for me, is cooked nicely. I quite like it pink. Puree is wonderful and smooth. And that sauce is so rich and it packs a lot of flavour. I don't think the squid really needs to be on here, but everything else I've quite enjoyed on your plate.
Thank you.
I particularly like squid and red wine sauce. Never had that before. Love that bit of pork, puree and black pudding. I think that dances. I think that flavour combination absolutely dances.
You've done that meat justice, you've beautifully cooked it. You've made a sauce that I think sits very well. It's got body, it's brave, it's shiny. The black pudding adds a nice texture to the dish. I just think, what a fabulous glass of wine I could be drinking with this dish. You've delivered a good plate of food.
Feeling fantastic, over the moon, pulled it out of the bag. great feedback from everyone, especially from Marcus, who's an idol.
Matt's dish is pork fillet and rock oysters, accompanied by mushroom puree, morels, wilted cos, and smoked creme fraiche, topped with parmesan crisps.
Before I ask you about the dish, there's supposed to be a sauce on that, isn't there?
That was an arm's distance away.
This is the second time in 2 tests you've run out of time. I like the delicate look of your plate, I really do. I like your puree, love the taste of the morels, love the natural saltiness of those oysters. It's just missing probably the most important part, and that is the sauce that was going to bring everything together. I'm desperate to dip that pork into something wet.
I like the flavour of the mushroom puree, yet the texture is still a bit grainy. There's just not enough on the plate. The fillet of pork, it's dry. The oysters, I'm not a fan of fried oysters.
Presentation, unfortunately, as we know, just looks incomplete. It's flat, it's not very well executed. Yeah, just not good enough.
I was really frustrated by not getting the sauce on the dish. You know, it was literally an arm's distance away. 10 seconds too late, unfortunately.
Rory has made pan-roasted hake with scallop and hake cannelloni, served with cauliflower puree, charred florets and samphire, finished with a parsley and vermouth sauce.
Good bits and bad bits. The hake itself, the puree, the parsley sauce I really like. The pasta, for the second time today, I don't think is cooked properly. And inside it's a little grainy. It's not a smooth finish.
I don't like the presentation of the dish at all. The fish mousse is split, it's grainy. The pasta isn't very good. The sauce lacks colour. The cauliflower puree is grainy. The dish is for me, is poor in every area.
I don't mind the sauce, but I think there's just too many errors on this plate for you.
I could see the things that were going wrong as they went wrong, and then time just went. So, oh well.
Max's dish is pan-roasted pork ribeye, served with curly kale, salsify, apple 3 ways, and a fennel puree, topped with pork crackling and finished with a Calvados sauce.
I love the choice of meat that you've used, and you've cooked it really well. It's nicely seasoned. The sauce is wonderful. It goes very well with your dish. And the crackling is fantastic. But not quite refined yet, Max.
Sure. Thank you.
I love the ribeye. The sauce is great. Good flavour, good body, just the right balance for the pork. It looks big, it's bulky, but I think you've got all the right elements there.
Thank you.
I love the softness of that meat. I really like the fennel puree. I like the aniseed of fennel. I really, really like your flavours.
Thank you. It's good because you're learning from them. And if they say it's great, you didn't actually learn anything. That's why I made a couple of errors, just to kind of get a bit of knowledge, you know? It's the way to do it.
Adam's made pan-roasted cod, served with a pea puree, smoked cod, roe custard, pickled and roasted morels, asparagus, poached potatoes, rock samphire, and finished with an asparagus juice sauce.
Adam, you have a nice looking dish here. You can tell you've spent a lot of time thinking about the presentation.
Thank you very much.
I think your fish is cooked brilliantly, brilliantly well, as is the smoothness of your pea puree. The potatoes need more cooking. I like the texture of the roe custard, but obviously because it's roe, it's very, very salty. This asparagus sauce, I love the fresh flavour of asparagus at the start, but its finish is oily. I like the fact you're playing. I don't agree with all of your games.
I think the fish is nicely cooked. It could be a bit bigger. The roe, it's nice, but I think it's actually very strong. This asparagus sauce, for me, is quite slimy. I see where you're going with it, but that sliminess is just, ugh.
The dish is colourful. You're trying really hard. It's sort of a fresh, vibrant take on a fish dish.
Okay, thank you. Some elements I was very happy with, some elements I wasn't so happy with, but I just didn't have enough time to rectify what I have actually done.
Nina, please, up you come.
Last up is Nina, with her dish of pan-fried salmon, strawberry and basil risotto, served with asparagus, balsamic glaze, green peppercorn sauce, and balsamic caviar.
I quite like the idea of sweetness with the fish, but the risotto, no. The fatty fish, creamy risotto, finished with a sweet flavour, I just don't like. I don't like.
There's a weird flavour about this dish that's quite odd. I don't know whether it's the pearls of vinegar or the peppercorn sauce or the fact that you've incorporated strawberries into a risotto. For me, it's just all wrong.
The dish, for me, doesn't work. The fish is overcooked. I find it's a disappointment.
You know, I know it's very, very unusual from the beginning, but I'd like to be different. They're just not used to those flavours, which is unfortunate.
Oh, not the greatest of days on Masterchef. Sometimes it just happens, doesn't it? However, I do believe we've got talent here. I like Simon.
Simon had a fantastic cut of pork there. Great sauce making. Simon's dish was probably the dish of the day.
I like Max. I really liked that pork ribeye. I thought it was a great dish.
I like the cooking of the pork and I love that sauce. I think Max gets through today.
I think he did enough today too.
Simon and Max, yeah, good, decent, competent. The other four, they had a rough day.
Rory's an untrained chef, trying to impress.
No matter how good the ideas you have, if you don't have those basic skills to back it up, you won't go any further in this competition. Nina's dish, a strawberry risotto, overcooked salmon, there was just nothing to like on that plate.
The ideas were way out there, way out there. Adam actually attempted quite a bit, was very adventurous and quite daring.
There were elements that didn't make sense, that sauce, but the plate looked lovely. The fish was cooked nice, we liked the puree.
It would mean the world to me to get through. Whether I've done enough or not, I'm really not sure.
Matt, I think, had quite a nice presentation style, quite delicate. However, he failed to get his sauce up. I'm wondering what the dish would have been like if he had.
I'd love to stay in a competition. It's a really important kind of milestone in your life.
Chefs, we can only take 3 of you through to the quarter-final. So our first chef leaving the competition is Rory.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you. Our second chef leaving the competition is Nina. And our final chef leaving the competition is Matt.
Disappointed about it. Pressure gets to you, timing went a bit off, and unfortunately it didn't pay off for me this time.
When I started cooking, I really, really enjoyed every moment of it. I just feel, unfortunately, I just chose a really wrong dish.
Devastated. Had an off day at the office and yeah, I've paid for it.
Well done. You're through to a quarter-final.
Absolute roller coaster of a day. Ups, downs, but I'm ecstatic with the result. Really, really happy.
Getting to the quarterfinals was just amazing. Very, very, very happy.
Feels amazing, elated that I'm through, and hopefully build on what I've done today for the next round.
Tomorrow night, another 6 professionals fight for a place in the quarter-final.
The whole thing is an absolute delight wherever you stick your spoon.